Who are you and what does your company do?
I'm Carl, founder and CEO of SwipeBy, and we're a 360 e-commerce and artificial intelligence growth platform for brick and mortars, primarily restaurants, but really any SMB in the market that has a real presence.
That's awesome. AI is blowing up right now.
It's a hot term. The thing is, can you apply that it actually adds value and doesn't just create a funny image? But it
For
is,
sure.
yes.
For sure. What was recruiting and building the sales team like before working with us?
Yeah, it has been, one-on-ones. It has been putting an ad out, interviewing a bunch of people one-on-one. Again, our goal is to not just 10x every year, but more try to hit the 20 and 30x any year. And so it has been a grind. It has been not super successful in sales, right? In other functions, we have been doing all right. So that was what before. Got some good people, but it was a long process. It was kind of try and error when people join in. And it was low quantity,
Mm,
decent quality, right?
hmm mm.
But it was just a slower process, not being able to bring much people in. And we went to, before had a more um, um, low base type of commission strategy. Our
Mhm.
pricing has changed, we progressed, and so on. And now with you, we have been able to really go a commission model that works for everyone involved, which has been fantastic.
Very cool. So you were doing it before, a lot of one-on-ones, a lot of time, low quantity, decent quality here and there.
Hmm.
You were also doing a base plus
Hmm.
commission, and it sounds like you've
Hmm.
switched from that to do an all commission model, obviously, right? So
Correct.
what has the difference been like, working with us, like time savings, recruiting results, what has it been like working with us?
Yeah, I mean, we have had over the last year a retained team of 4 reps, and over the last month and a half, 2 months, we have now retained 25 reps, right? I mean,
Yeah.
so that is
Yes.
substantial growth in a
Good
short month
job,
of
man.
people.
That's
And
awesome.
our goal is to bring that past the 100 retained by the end of the summer.
That's
And
amazing.
then unlimited. I mean, we look at our, not a competitor, but a different player in the field. I mean, Cisco, right? We're selling to restaurants, has 5,000 reps. We have a
Mm,
lot of hiring to do until we get
yeah.
there.
Yeah.
But so, yeah, so this is what it has been before, right? Before it has been, I mean, just we had some good people. They've been doing a great job. But we really are able to blow up our sales team right now and drop people actually with density in different markets. So we're doing not
Mm,
just hiring across the US, but hiring market. Every 3 weeks a new market. Our goal is to
mm.
accelerate that to, every week and then eventually multiple markets in the same week. Um, Long answer to your question. So yeah, going from 4 to now 25 in 2 months-ish.
Love it. So to recap on that, you guys were recruiting on your own over a 12-month period, four retained, and then after 6 weeks or a month and a half with us, 25 retained.
Correct. Will all of them
Yeah.
remain retained? It's a little bit of question mark,
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
mean, this is already, we hired more. So this is already
Yeah.
factoring,
Yeah.
retention in. So yes.
Yeah. Did you have any like initial concerns or doubts before working with us?
Um, no, not really. I mean, it's right. I mean, I think it's is that the question was just always how can you make that process work, right? Because
Mm,
when you go commission only, I mean, you have people who are super excited who are knock at the part and people who are not. So you need to
yeah.
find a volume game to make it work. And so we just didn't know where to start was a volume game because a non-volume game you just are right. You hire two people and if
Yeah.
33% retain, I mean, well, one person, no one is there in the end anymore, right? But you spend a lot of
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Um, no, not much concerns. I think just a little bit, will it actually work and will we
Yeah.
hit the numbers and no, but nothing major.
Yeah. What's exceeded your expectations since working with us, if anything at all?
Yeah, good question. What exceeded? I mean, again, we had high expectations, which maybe you shouldn't have, but so we just and they have been met.
That's
But
good.
what has been exceeded, I think what has been exceeded is the the quality of team members we have been able to add, right? That has been exceeded. So going into this, we weren't quite sure, but I think especially the quality and maybe seniority of people we have been
Mhm.
able to add has been exceeded.
Yeah.
Um, and I think what has been exceeded is a little bit the amount of people. Like, right, we were going in
Yeah.
with lower numbers, lower. I mean, we were hoping for it, so we had high
Yeah.
expectations,
Yeah.
but we were hoping it out, not saying it out loud, right? And
Yeah.
one of these things. But we have hit this expectation we weren't, we hadn't had the balls to say out loud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you pretty excited about the future now?
Yeah, it's I think you can almost say, right, I mean, if you look at a startup like us, right, there's two things.
Mhm.
We're judged by our product and we're judged by our go-to-market strategy.
Yeah.
Um, this part of training has become part of our go-to-market strategy, which is,
Hmm.
I mean, now one of your core pillars of, how you raise, how you grow, how you treat a
Hmm.
business. And I think most businesses fail figuring out a go-to-market strategy, right? Might be a good
Yeah.
product, they just don't get it in market. So, no, we're very excited about the future because we have added, it seems to be very sustainable, cash effective, and I mean, fairly scalable. It's still people, right? So it's not like
Yeah.
ad spend on Facebook,
Yeah.
but very scalable go-to-market strategy, right? Which is, I mean,
Yeah.
that's the holy grail in a business.
Yeah. Unique too for what you guys do. So I wonder what that's like from like an investment perspective. Like they're like, they're looking at you guys and you're like, you have this completely different go-to marketing,
Yeah.
kind of go-to market process. So it's pretty cool. What would you say to a small business owner or any business looking to work with us potentially to build their commission-based sales team?
I would say do it. Number one, right? I would say don't be shy though, right? I mean, I think one thing that has made us successful is that we are, we're just trying to push the limits on things, right? I mean,
Yeah.
even with your team was like, in the beginning we would recommend that many in a group interview, and I'm like, nah, like, I mean, just for perspective, I think we're doing 1 week, 2 weeks in 1 week, so we're having 150 people in group interviews,
Mm.
right now. So we're just, so I would recommend do it. I would recommend don't be shy. I don't think don't do it half-hearted, right?
Yeah.
Go in.
Yeah.
And I would say, well, but make sure that it works, right? But make sure
Hmm.
that it works and make sure that I think you have something to offer to people, right? Because in the
Hmm.
end, this is not a magic pill either, right? It's a
Yeah.
fantastic process.
Yeah.
But I think you need to be able to back it up with either a product or a market size or some type of benefit, right? Outside of, I mean, commission is important,
Yeah.
that people can potentially identify with, right? So have a good energy, have a good presence. So I would have a lot of tips. I would say do it, and then I would have a lot of tips for once you do it.
Yeah. Like on the retention side, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Have you guys gotten value from that at all? The through the training and the coaching program, or do you feel like when you guys came into our service, you already had those things dialed?
Um, I would say we had a lot of things dialed. So we were really,
Mhm.
the biggest value we've gotten by one, if I would have to rank it, is figuring out a process. How do we bring people in, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, And then I think, but we are learning a lot, and we have made things better. I mean, so we had it dialed, but I mean, we didn't had a success blueprint, right? We didn't had,
Hmm.
frankly said, a lot of the other things, around, how do people get started? Expectation agreement, most fantastic
Yeah.
tool ever. Love
Yeah.
it. I'm
Yeah.
originally from Europe, not sure it would work there, but America, fantastic. Let's go. Expectation agreement, absolutely love it. Works fantastic. But so all of these things we didn't have, right?
Yeah.
Um, but I think we had some other places. But the core thing really has helped out here is figuring out the process, bringing people in. And no, it has helped a ton though too, and putting some instruments in place that helps with retention and getting the ball going and help with motivation. But that is, I think, where we have the most still to learn. I mean, we're only doing this here for 2 months and
Yeah.
a half now, right? Considering
Yeah.
so where we have still to extract more value from what you have provided us is on the retention piece because we focused first on, we
Yeah.
fix what's broken.
Yeah.
Retention wasn't broken. Now we have people. Now retention starts to break a little bit, so we
Yeah.
need to fix it. But first, we need to get people in, right? Fix something once it needs fixing. So,
Yeah.
more to learn there.
Love it. Well, thanks, Carl. That's it for today, my friend. Excited for you. So let's keep blowing it up.
Definitely. Thanks, Ryan. Thanks for everything, and can only recommend it.